Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're unpacking something maybe a bit surprising about your passion, off-road RC car racing. It's really more than just a hobby, isn't it? It's almost an athletic thing, especially for your feet. So our mission today is to dive into the biomechanics, looking at performance insoles specifically for RC racing. Not just comfort, but, performance, stability.
Yeah, and what's really fascinating, I think, is that RC racing creates this, well, we call it a hybrid athlete situation. You've got these long periods of static load, like standing for hours, often on hard-packed dirt. But then that's mixed with intense dynamic stuff, chasing after a car, scrambling over uneven ground to grab your buggy. It's
Yeah.
this unique mix, this combination that puts some really distinct, challenging forces on your feet.
Okay, right. A hybrid athlete. Let's unpack that duality then. So first, that static load, standing around for hours at a race, we've all felt it. What's actually happening to our feet then?
Well, it's basically unrelenting pressure, constant compressive stress. And it's not just, oh, my feet are tired. It can actually cause real problems. We're talking plantar fasciitis, pain right in the ball of the foot, the metatarsal heads, the heel pad too, and just general fatigue. And when your feet get tired, your arches can start to collapse a bit, leading to overpronation, where your foot rolls inward too much. That throws off your alignment. That pain doesn't just stay in the foot. It can travel up your ankles, knees, hips, even your lower back.
Wow, okay. So that explains a lot of the aches after a long race day. So for that part, the standing, what does the gear need? What should an insole do?
For that sustained load, you absolutely need robust structural support, something semi-rigid, ideally, and really durable cushioning.
Mm-hmm.
Critically cushioning that resists packing out, that won't just flatten like a pancake after an hour. It needs to hold up.
Got it. Durable support for the long haul. But then there's the other side, right? The dynamic part. Suddenly sprinting, changing direction, maybe jumping over a ditch to get your car. How is that different for the foot?
Oh, completely different forces. Now you're dealing with high-frequency, short bursts of impact, often multi-directional. So here the demands shift. You need high lateral stability, good side-to-side support. A deep heel cup helps a lot there. But you also need some torsional flex. You don't want it to be like standing on a rigid board. Your foot needs to twist naturally a bit. And, of course, superior shock attenuation, basically shock absorption, to protect your joints from all that jarring. Think preventing shin splints and stuff like that.
Okay, so it's like needing strength for standing and agility for moving. How does one insole possibly do both well?
That's the million-dollar question, right? And that's where the engineering becomes crucial. The ideal insole isn't just padding. It's like a piece of engineered equipment. It's designed specifically to manage that duality, providing different kinds of support and absorption for those two very distinct types of stress, ideally without messing up the other function.
Right. Let's bring this down to specifics then. Let's talk about your current setup, Old Bones Therapy insoles. We know the background, 100% skateboarder owned and operated, designed primarily for high-impact stuff like skateboarding. And they're good at that, right? Great for those intermittent hard impacts. They use that cushioned PU memory foam, molded TPU arch support. People praise them for reducing heel bruises in skating. Good comfort for that context.
Right.
But is there a but for your hybrid use?
There potentially is, yeah. That memory foam, while great for soaking up a single big hit, tends to have a slower rebound. And more importantly for the RC context, it can be susceptible to packing down under that sustained continuous load you get from standing for hours. It compresses and might lose its cushioning effect over time. Also, it's generally a universal arch profile, which is fine for many, but if your specific foot anatomy, your arch type, doesn't quite match, it might not give you the support you need. It can even lead to discomfort or, for some people, issues like plantar fasciitis if the fit isn't quite right. So what's great for one sport isn't always perfect for another.
That makes a lot of sense. So if old bones might be less ideal for the standing part, what does the research suggest is a better hybrid solution for RC racing's unique demands? This is where it gets really interesting, actually.
Yeah, looking at insoles designed for activities involving both standing and dynamic movement, one that consistently comes up as a strong contender is the Curex Hike Pro. It seems really well suited for this hybrid challenge.
Okay, Curex Hike Pro. What makes it stand out?
Well, a few key things. First, it uses what they call dynamic arch technology, or DD. It's essentially a flexible nylon composite plate. It provides good structure, good support, but it also allows your foot to move naturally. It's not overly rigid, so that's good for both the standing phase and the active phase. It doesn't feel restrictive when you need to move quickly. Another big one, especially for off-road racing, is the decoupled heel.
Decouple heel, what does that do?
It basically allows the back part of your foot, the rear foot, to move a bit independently from the rest of the insole. This massively improves stability and how well you can feel the ground on uneven terrain, which is, pretty much everywhere on an RC track. Plus, it has this anti-slip grip, they call it super grip, and maybe the most important part, customization. It comes in 3 distinct arch profiles: low, medium, and high H.
So you can actually match it much closer to your own foot shape.
Exactly. That allows for a much more personalized, biomechanically correct fit compared to a one-size-fits-all approach.
Yeah.
That's a significant upgrade. So, connecting it all, the Hike Pro seems to excel because it's engineered for athletes who have to do both stand around and move dynamically without a major trade-off.
Okay, so wrapping this up then. RC racing, it's definitely more demanding on your feet than maybe you first thought. It presents this unique challenge, needing support for long static periods and for sudden dynamic bursts of movement.
Absolutely. And the key takeaway is that the best insole isn't some universal thing. It's really about finding the one that aligns with your specific needs, your hybrid performance priorities in this case.
Right.
So thinking beyond just RC racing for a moment, what does this all mean for you, the listener? Maybe take a second to consider the activities you do every day. Are you using the right gear, the right support for the specific biomechanical demands involved? Understanding those demands, whether it's for racing, hiking, work, or anything else, can honestly transform your comfort, your performance, and maybe even your long-term well-being. Are your feet truly supported? Something to think about.